basically our relationship was just strictly sexual. I'm just gonna be real. It's some lifetime shit. It's some lifetime shit. I'm coming in there and I'm beating every bitch in there. So I'm the motive. Hi you guys. So I'm going to do a story time and tell a really interesting story. First of all, I just want to say that I'm so sorry for not uploading as much as I was when I was back home. Adjusting to college has really been, hasn't been really all that hard, but like trying to find a filming space. I'm getting a backdrop coming in, and just with my time and going to college and working and everything, because I have a job here, it's just been really hard. But I swear, like I'm working on getting these videos back to a schedule, at least one video a week. I'm trying to do 2, but at least one video a week, but I'm working on it. So, and then I had some technical issues. My computer just had no space on it whatsoever, so I had to get my computer cleaned off. It's been a mess, but I'm really sorry for like not uploading as much. So thank you. I'm going to tell a story that happened to me probably 7 months ago, around the time of March or something like that. So I had a friend, we just gonna call her Kelly. Alright, so I had a friend named Kelly, and we worked at Popeyes together when I lived back in Baltimore, and we were like really close. Like we met at the job, and we had only been working there for like 4 months, but we were pretty close. So we spent like all of our time together. Like we was going out together, everything was just really cool. So around January, which was, it was like the new year, it was like a week, maybe 2 weeks after the new year, she introduced me to this guy. She was messing with a guy, and he was his friend. So she introduced me to him, and we just hit it off immediately. Like we was pretty cool. We was just messing with each other, and we probably talked for like 2 weeks. Yeah, we probably talked for like 2 weeks, but we had like a really nice time with each other. Like we talked a lot for those 2 weeks, and then my birthday's in January, so I had a party for my 18th birthday, and he came and his friend came, but at the party we got into something, so like we stopped talking after that, because we just had an altercation at my birthday party, so we just stopped talking. But a couple of weeks later we started talking again, and while I was at his house, he was like, we followed each other on social media, and I remember I was going to sleep and he was still like up playing a video game or whatever, and I was on Twitter and I was just scrolling on my phone, but I could hear him on the phone with someone. Mind you, he told me he didn't mess with anybody else. I wasn't messing with anybody else, so that was just that. So he was like, he was on the phone with somebody, and he wasn't whispering. I was laying in the bed, he was at the foot of the bed, and he knew I wasn't asleep, but I guess he was like trying to be smart. And he was like talking to it was obviously a girl. It was like talking to the girl. And he wasn't saying anything like really out of line. Just like, oh yeah, I bet you wanted me to call you back. And it was just a regular conversation, but it was clear that it was a girl. So I was like joking, and I had said something like, I'm the prettiest girl you ever messed with. Which is true. But I was joking when I said it. Like I never saw any of the other girls that he messed with. I was really joking. So after I said that, I like laid down and went to sleep. So I'm out the next day, and I look on his Twitter, and I see he has said something like, little bitch, he called me a bitch. He said, little bitch gonna say she the prettiest girl I ever messed with. I guess she never met, and added this girl. So like he added on her on Twitter. So I was just like, what? Like I didn't like it because it was like public. Like I felt like it was just out of line. So I just stopped talking to him. Like I never really say like I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. We just stopped talking. Like I just stopped talking to him. Like I just didn't want anything to do with him. So probably like a month later, I ended up calling him, telling him that I missed him or whatever, and he was like, alright, cool. So I came over his house, and yeah, I came over his house and we chill, and then I left. Basically our relationship was just strictly sexual. I'm just gonna be real. We just had a strictly sexual relationship after that. Like the first time we were having sex, but it wasn't just sex. Like he came to my birthday party, it was all cool, but after that last situation, I really just wanted to have sex. So I told him that. I called him. I didn't say I miss you. I said I want to have sex. So that's what we did, and that was all I talked to him for. I texted him when I wanted to have sex, and that was that. We probably, after that time, it was probably like that time and then maybe another time. So Like 3 weeks later, me and my friend that introduced me to him, we were out at a hookah bar, and her guy friend called and was like, you know, what y'all doing tonight? Y'all want to come through, have a nice time? So he was like, all right, that's fine. So it was them two, and her guy friend had a twin brother, so it was those three, and then she had her god sister with her, so it was us 3 girls and those 3 guys. So we all went to my guy friend's house, and everyone was like drinking and stuff like that. I wasn't drinking that night because I was still like a little, not really hungover, but I had just been drinking like a week before or 2 weeks or something like that, and I just really was just not in an alcohol mood. So, but no one was like pissy drunk or all over the place. We was just having a nice time. So everyone was drinking and stuff like that. We was listening to music. We really weren't watching TV. We were just listening to music. We had Pandora on really loud, and of course with the liquor in that system, we were loud. We was having fun. So it's probably, we up all night. By the time we got to their house, it was already like 12 o'clock because like I said, we were at a hookah bar. So we're like up, and who was sitting on the bed? Okay, so I was sitting in the middle because I remember I just knew I was that bitch. I was sitting in the middle, and I think I was sitting in the middle. My friend and her guy friend were like at the edge of the bed, like kissing and cuddling and doing what they do. I was just sitting in the middle, like on my phone and stuff like that. So he was like kind of sitting next to me, and his phone started ringing, but I saw it when it rung. It was a number that wasn't stored in, so you could tell by like when the number was calling, he knew who the number was, and he looked at it and he tried to decline it. So me and my friend, we was like, answer the phone. We gonna call him Jimmy. Answer the phone, Jimmy. Like, why you not answering the phone? So we're like laughing, like, oh, this must be one of his little girlfriends or something like that. Not a girlfriend, but somebody that he messed with now or something like that. So we're like, we just kept like, answer the phone, answer the phone. He like, chill, chill. So he ends up answering the phone, and he walks into the hallway and talking on the phone. So me and her giving each other this look like something is up. Like, so we gonna figure out what the fuck is going on. So I'm like, usually I know from my own self experiences that when females have a guy that they mess with or date, and this guy has multiple girls that he's messed with, 9 times out of 10 she knows about the girls. She followed them on social media. She know about them. So I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. He was standing like in the background, and my friend and her guy friend was laying down. I said, I'm gonna take a picture of y'all. I said, I'm gonna post it on Twitter. I said, but you can see him standing in the background, and I'm pretty sure if this is somebody that he messed with or somebody serious, she's gonna recognize him from the background. She gonna know what his room look like. So I take the picture and I post it on social media, and like couple minutes later, couple minutes later, the girl keep calling, and he is not answering the phone. So he answered the phone, and he's like, he was like, I'm not home. Yeah, he told her he wasn't home, and he was like, I'm out with my friend or something like that. It's then the third. So that's what happened. So he gets up and he's like, y'all better get out. Like, these bitches is coming with, damn, get out of here. So like I was saying, I'm sorry. So he gets up and he's like, y'all better get out. These bitches coming with guns. They coming with guns. I been with bitches. They coming with guns. They coming with guns. So we like, what? It's like, we're just like if you don't, like, the fuck? I'm gonna sit right here. So that's why I really was just like, who the fuck? We're thinking like he's just a nigga talking. Like, we didn't pay no mind. Like, we just like, we don't think he's serious. Like, I'm sorry, I just didn't believe him. That just sound like something people say, like pretending they crazy and stuff like that. So we just sitting there. I crossed my arms at that point. I'm just like, I'm sitting right in the middle of the bed. So I crossed my arms, but I swear I did not think anybody was coming. Like, I'm just thinking like, you know, he just saying stuff just to say stuff. Like, yeah, these bitches coming with guns. They coming with guns. Y'all better get out of here. Me and my friend laughing like, whatever. We're not scared. Like, we're not leaving. So yeah, like I said, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's dark in the room. I think just the TV wasn't even on anymore. I think we was really just sitting in the dark on our phone. Out the blue, we hear, his room was like in the basement, but you can hear somebody knocking on the front door like really, really loud. So we like, you know, what the hell? But he lived in like a I guess it was an apartment. It's like a house, but it's a like one part of the house. I can't explain it. But somebody is knocking on the door really loud. So we thinking like it's probably for the other people, like the other half, like the bottom half of the apartment. So we like, all right, so it's not for us. So they knocking on the door. So how his room is, like I said, is in the basement, and he has a window like at the top of his room, and that window, like out that window is like the street. You can see the street, and right next to his window is where the front door was at. So somebody's over there knocking. So we not paying any mind. So we still on our phone. Out the blue, the loudest banging noise like was at the window. Like a brick was thrown at the window. I think it was a brick was thrown at the window, and we all jumped up so quick because it broke. Like it fucking broke, and we just like, what the fuck, like what the hell just happened? So we all get up and we stand at the door, and all you see is him. He gets up and he's putting on his clothes, like tiptoeing into his pants, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So we all, like me, her friend, like all of us except for him, all of us were alarmed except for him. We all were standing at his room door, just at the door, like, what the fuck is going on? So he's putting on his pants and stuff like that, and she's at the door, she's at the window. We could see her, like at the angle we were at, we could see her, but she couldn't see us, but she knew we was in there. She could hear us. And as I saw her, I'm like, that's the girl that he added on Twitter. And I'm just like, oh my god, what is happening? So she's at the door, and she's like, Jimmy, open this motherfucking door. Open this fucking door. So we're just like, what the fuck? So she's like, I'm coming in there, and I'm beating every bitch in there. So I'm like, you talking about me? Like, she said every bitch, but clearly she here for Jimmy. I mess with Jimmy, so I'm the motive. She wants me. So I'm just like, what's happening? Why? I'm not about that life. Why is she? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, why is this happening? I was so in shock that somebody just threw a brick at a window 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So she's like, she starts whispering. That's when I realized something's wrong with her. She starts whispering, and she's like, so we like, don't move, like chill, stay still. And she's like, don't move. Are you serious? I can fucking hear y'all. Don't move. Don't move. Are you fucking serious? So then she pulls out a knife out her pocket, and she cuts the net off the door. She's like, you're not gonna open the door? Okay. So she cuts the fucking net off the door. I'm thinking like, this bitch is coming in through the window. Mind you, the window is up high. She's coming in the fucking window. So at that point, me and my 2 friends, I think that 2 guys stayed in there. We went upstairs in the bathroom. This bitch cut herself through the window. So when I saw she said she had mace, and she was cutting through a window. Who getting stabbed? Me? Not me. So I took my little ass upstairs, me and my 2 friends. So we're in the bathroom, and I'm just really alarmed. Like, I'm really just sitting there like, I'm on this ghetto ass part of town. I'm not about that life. My mother does not know where I am. What the fuck is about to happen? Like, I'm just like, did she just come through the window 5 o'clock in the morning with a knife? Like, do people do that? Mind you, I'm 18 years old. Everyone that I was around, they were all my age. I was still in high school. She was still in high school. My friend, like, we were all young. So I'm thinking, like, is it really that deep? Like, in high school, though? Like, is it really that deep? That's just what I'm thinking. Like, this some lifetime shit. This some lifetime shit. So we all upstairs in the bathroom. And my friend is just like, I'm going to grab the plunger if she come up here. And I'm just chilling. I'm thinking, like, no. Like, what? Like, fuck out of here. Like, I'm calling my sister. My sister don't play. So I'm not ratchet, but my sister definitely is. So I'm like, my sister ready to be on her way. Like, but it's 5 o'clock in the morning. She not answering the phone. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to call my mom. But I didn't want to do that. So I was like, fuck it. So as we're in the bathroom, we're listening, and we can hear them downstairs fighting. We hear glass breaking. She's like, get the fuck off of me, Jimmy. Get the fuck off of me. She's like, let me go. Let me go. And he was like, no, take your ass back out how you got in here. Go back through that fucking window like you got in here. So she's like, let me fucking go. And she's screaming. I swear she sounded like she was possessed. On God, she sounded like she's possessed. She is screaming. She's like, let go of my hair. Oh my God. So she's like, how the fuck could you do this to me? She's just screaming. And I'm just like, So the uncle comes and knocks on the door, and he's like, what's going on? And my friend jumps in front of me. She's short. She's like, it's a crazy girl downstairs. Please go downstairs. She just came through the window. It's a crazy girl downstairs. And we gonna call her Amber. She said, must be Amber. I'm like, the fuck? This happened on a regular? Like, why is everybody so calm and collecting used to this shit? So I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into? So he like, alright y'all, stay in here. So when he told us to stand there, I'm thinking like, this nigga knows she crazy. So he told us to stay in the bathroom. So I listened to him. I stayed in the bathroom. So they end up getting the girl out the house. So we come out the bathroom, and my friend is like, oh my god, my phone is still downstairs. We can't leave because we want to just leave out the front door. She's like, I gotta go back downstairs. But the girl was out the house. So we go downstairs, and there's glass everywhere. The guys were gone too. We downstairs, and her phone was gone. So she like, oh my god, Kanice, she stole my phone. Oh my god, she stole my phone. So we like, what the fuck? She like, I'm not leaving without my phone. She getting mad. You know how people is about their phone. She like, fuck everything else. I want my phone. We gotta go find her with my phone. So I'm thinking like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. So we come back upstairs, and the guys had like came back in the house. They came back in the house. They was like, yeah, we ready to go down there. Look what she did to me. She cut me, some bleeding, something. And they like, we're gonna get your phone. But we like, alright. They said, meet us at McDonald's. So we walk up to the McDonald's, and we waiting there. As we walked up there, I'm looking left and right, because if she come behind a corner with a knife or something, I don't want to get stabbed. So we get to McDonald's, and we just waiting, and they come like 10 minutes later. They come there, and they're limping. Like my guy friend, that's the only person I was really like looking at, because he had the phone or whatever. So he coming in, and he limping, and we like, what happened? They like, yeah, we went to that house, we beat that bitch up, we beat her up, we ran through her shit, her and her sisters, we beat them up. So I'm like, alright, cool. So his leg got knife gashes in it, like his leg was fucked up. He had on black pants, and I could still see the blood. Like, that's how much blood it was through his legs. And the other two guys, they didn't really want to show their face. You could tell they must have had marks or something. They was just real upset. It was just in the corner like, I'm on you, I'm ready to go. So I couldn't see the twin brother. I couldn't see his face. I think he was standing outside the whole time. But my friend's guy friend, he had like gave her some money so we could catch a cab home. And I think his face was messed up. But like I said, I wasn't really paying attention. But she told me like, oh my god, Kanice, his face so messed up. So I'm like, oh my god, the bitch is crazy. So we leave, and we walk, and we get a hat. So we ride home in a hat. She went to work that day. I called out because I was just, by then the sun had came up. This all went on for like an hour. So like, I was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I get home, I went in my room, I just called my job and was like, and I told her, because we worked together, I told her, tell them I'm not coming in today, because I had been up all night. And I was really traumatized. Like, I'm not over exaggerating. Like, first of all, the side of town that we were on was pretty ratchet. That's for one. But two, the type of people that they were, like, not to put myself on some type of high horse, but they was pretty ratchet, and I wasn't like that. So to see something like that, I was really shook up, because I'm like, does this happen like all the time? Like, people come through the, like, is this what the fuck people do? Like, I never really been out. Like, my senior year was really when I started like going out, partying, all that type of stuff. I've been to parties before, but it was like, can you be home? I'm picking you up. This is when I really started to be independent, and I was grown, so I was doing my own thing. Like, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not about that life. Like, I want to go home. So I'm in the house, and I'm just going to sleep. I'm thinking like, all right, it's all over with. I'm never talking to him again, because I don't want to run into this girl again. Let's just let that be that. So my friend, I'm thinking everything is good. So I wake up from my nap, like, oh, okay, I'll get over this, everything's fine. So my friend calls me, and she tells me that the girl is looking for me. She's like, Kanice, she's calling me. She thinks that I'm you, and she's looking for you. So I didn't want her to look for my friend and not me. It's like, I just felt like that was unfair. So I'm like, okay, give her my number. She's like, I'm not giving her shit. You need to fucking call her. This and that. She going off, like, acting real stank. So I'm like, alright, calm your nerves. So I call the girl, and I'm like, yeah, this is Kanice. She's like, who? And cause she thought my name was something else. They called me Kanonse. So she's like, I was like, Kanonse. She was like, yeah, bitch, where you at? I want to fight. And I was like, ooh, you feisty. I really said that. And she was like, yes, bitch, I want to fight. and she was going off. I was like, I'm not breaking my nail for you. Like, I'm really saying this on the phone. I'm like, I'm not breaking my nail for you, sorry. And she was like, I already broke a couple nails. I can bring some more. Where the fuck you at? I want to fight. So I'm like, I'm not fighting you. Like, go ahead. She was like, have you been fucking my nigga? And I was like, yes. Yes, I have. And she was like, what the fuck? Like she was just going off. And I'm just like, calm your nerves. I said, you're doing a whole lot for a nigga that clearly don't give a shit about you. And she was just like, what the fuck you mean? She was like, so she started asking questions and stuff. So I'm just an honest ass, blunt ass person. Like, I really don't lie. Like, it's very rare that you catch me lying. Like, I just like, what's the point of lying? Like, I'm not gonna do something if I don't want to tell nobody that I did it. It's not like, I swear to God, like, all my life I did not know about this girl. Like, I knew about her like when that Twitter situation happened, but I'm thinking it's just a regular girl that he was messing with. I didn't think she was his girlfriend because we were talking a lot. I was at his house, all of that. Like, at my birthday party for a whole weekend. Like, my birthday party wasn't just one day. She didn't call him while we were there. Like, what, y'all got a strictly texting relationship? Like, for real. So I really didn't. She was just asking all these questions like, how long y'all been talking? And I said, let me see, we started talking. I told her like 3 months. I said like 3 months. She was like 3 months. She was like, and you didn't know he had a girlfriend? And I'm like, no. I said, I mean, we talk all the time. I said he came to my birthday party, this, that, and the third, because I feel like in situations like this, I've been the girlfriend. This is my first time being the sideline, but I've been the girlfriend that has been cheated on. And usually the females aren't the females are the victims. So it's like, why do we don't have a beef with each other? I don't have a beef with him because he's not my nigga, so I don't care. But your beef is with him, it's not with me. So I feel like in situations like this, I just always try to talk to the female. Like, even when I was the girlfriend who had got cheated on, I talked to the sideline, because 9 times out of 10, the sideline doesn't even know about me. Some sidelines are comfortable messing with a guy knowing he has a girlfriend, but a lot of the times girls really don't even know. It's the guy that's just trying to play both ways. So I'm trying to talk to her. Hopefully she's coming through her sentence. But the way she was talking, it sounded like she was like, she's like, oh my God, you're the birthday party. And she's talking to her friends back then. She was like, I knew it was somebody I just didn't know. That's that hotel party he was at, y'all. That's the hotel party. So she's talking to her friends and this and the third. So everything just seemed real calm and collect. She's like, do y'all have sex? And I was like, yeah. She was like, so you fucking a nigga that's not yours? I'm like, I mean, it's just sex. Like, it's really not that deep. She's like, don't you have a nigga? I said, I didn't. But I'm thinking, like, is that any of your business? Like, why are we talking about what I got? But I really didn't. So that was that. And then she was like, so she paused and she was like, damn, oh well, I still want to fight. So I looked at the phone like, what? I said, oh, she crazy. Like, after you just had this whole conversation with me, like, why? Like, what is your issue? So I said, oh, you want some other shit? Like, you can go ahead. Like, I said, that's when I just started being smart. I said, I don't even know what you're doing all this for. I said, if it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody else. I said, so you're doing all this, and a couple of months later, you're going to find him cheating with somebody else. I said, he over there laughing, doing him right now, and you really getting yourself all worked up. Like, she was like, wait a minute. So are you saying that Jimmy doesn't love me? Is that what you're saying? So when she said that, like, whispering again, I'm like, she is real live crazy. Like, I just said all that, and that's what you're talking about, if he loved you or not. Like, bitches are so insecure these days. Like, they really are. That's all I got from, like, she's just insecure and crazy. So I end up hanging up, and I'm like, let me tell my mother, because she's crazy. She knew what school I went to. She's like, I know you work at Papa's. I pull bitches over the counter. I'm like, she not bluffing. Like, she's not bluffing. Like, I seen her come through a window. She would definitely pull me over that counter. I mean, she's short, but she got a knife and a taser. I'm pretty sure she can do some shit. So I'm like, I'm not with the half. So I told my mom, and my mom, I think I'm just the only person that was, like, my mom was ratchet back in the day, but once she had kids, she just raised us not to be that way. So me and my 2 little sisters, like, we're just not about that life. My mother is definitely about that life. Like, she just kept us real secluded, away from ratchetness. Didn't really let us go outside. We went to the playground, but she kept us in private school. We never really got into fights with people, so we weren't really about that life. So she was. So I told my mom, and she's like, oh, let me just call up my guru. Like, this not ready just happened. Like, are you good? So I think, like, all right, my mother said I'm good, so I'm good. So all my mother's company left that night. She's like, all right, so let's handle this. So she called the girl phone. So she's like, let me try to talk to her first. So she called her phone, and she asking the girl, like, the girl was just very disrespectful. She was just going off on my mom, and then my mom like, oh, she's really disrespectful. So she called my guy friend, and he talking about, man, she ain't gonna do nothing to her. She good. Kanice good. She good. She ain't gonna do nothing to her. And he was just lying and stuff like that. But my friend told me he was playing both sides. Like, he apparently the next morning after all that stuff happened, he went over to the girl's house. They went to the hospital, got their stitches, and they was on the phone booed up, talking about everything that happened, laughing and joking, and they back on good terms. So I'm thinking, like, this is the same morning all this stuff happened. So I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, what the hell is your problem? Why is this okay? She just stabbed you up and now y'all friends again? Oh no, you're on some other shit. You got me fucked up. So my mom was talking to the guy, and just everybody was being really messy. Nothing was just adding up. Everybody was being messy. So she told me to go to school. I think she took me to school. She was not sending me anywhere by myself. So she took me to school, and like I remember when I got home, the girl just kept calling me, threatening me, like, I'm gonna stab you, I'm gonna come to your school, I'm gonna stab you. And I believed her. I'm talking to my friend, and this made me so mad because my friend was just like, she was trying to act so hard like she wasn't scared. She was like, man, that B ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't gonna stab anybody. She not gonna stab nobody. So I'm like, she definitely just stabbed up 3 niggas by herself. You think she won't stab us? She said, okay, I'm not scared of her. I'm thinking, like, but you were the same one in the bathroom with a plunger, but you're not scared. Like, I was so mad. Like, why are you fronting? Like, I'm scared. Shit, I'm not gonna lie. It's not that I was scared of the girl. I was scared of her. She's crazy. I don't take mental illnesses very lightly. Clearly, she has some type of mental illness. She came through a window. She's 18 years old. Came through a window 5 o'clock in the morning with a knife and stabbed up her boyfriend and his friends. Yeah. Yes, I'm scared. Sorry. I like my face the way it is. I don't want to be stabbed. So she kept trying to act like she wasn't scared. So this went on for a couple of days. The girl kept calling and all of this. My dad had to get involved. The police got involved. So like after all of this, the police, and my mom talked to her mom, and her mom said, I don't know what's going on. I just came home one day and there was all this blood in my house. I don't really know what's going on. Like, her and Jimmy have been on and off for some years. Like, so the girl told my dad talked to her, and the girl told my dad, like, oh, that's not my boyfriend. We just been on and off for some years, but that's not my boyfriend. So my dad said, you doing all this for a guy that's not even yours. Like, you act like you got a baby by him. She was like, oh, I do. But she was lying, like she don't even have a child. Like, I'm just like, why is she so crazy? So this went on for some days. The police had to get involved, and they basically went to his house. I don't think it was a legal restraining order, but they had to go to the guy's house and tell him, like, that they can't contact me, or that they was getting locked up and all of that. So that was that. I have never seen her again, not on social media. Like, and it's like she was some type of ghost. My mom worked for like the state, so she was like trying to find out what high school she went to. None of her pictures had her uniform on. Nothing like cause she did tell me she was in high school, but like none of her pictures showed like prom, you know, farewell, like senior events. You didn't see any uniform pictures. I saw one where she had on khakis, but she had on a jacket. So I'm like, what's wrong? My mother was like, she's some type of, like, you don't know her real name. You can only check her back so far. Like, it was really hard to try to figure out who exactly she was, because my mom was trying to figure out. But she they ended up finding out what school she go to. She went to an alternative school, which was a crazy school. Like, oh my god, they crazy. So my father went and got his research on them, and his friends was like, yeah, yo, she be around such and such way. She's really crazy. They said she's definitely about that life. She stabbed people. Like, she just be stabbing people. So I'm like, see, everybody's taking this lightly. I know she stabbed people. I witnessed her. I witnessed some shit. So after the police got involved, everything was like cool after that. I didn't get any more phone calls from her. I didn't talk to him ever again. I got my number changed. And me and my friend, I just didn't want to deal with her anymore. For one, because I knew that she wasn't going to stop messing with her guy friend. For one, he didn't have anything to do with it. And I just know she's just dumb. She just wasn't going to stop messing with him. So I knew if I was going to be around her and they always together, like, I was bound to run into him again. So I just cut my association. Like, while we were at work, I just didn't talk to her. And after a while, she got the hint like that. I didn't run no bang with her. And I didn't like how she handled the whole situation. Like, I really just did not like it. So that was that. Like, that was that was crazy. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this story. I don't know how long it was, but that was some crazy shit. So I love you so much. Virtual hug. Virtual hug.